the camera gonna die? Get it. Do you think it's gonna die? Okay. He doesn't care. All right. If it was me, I'd take it all into consideration. So, technically, there's no reason to show people how I made a song that they don't know. But I'm gonna do it anyways. So, what should we start with? I'm serving Christmas so hard right now. Chunkaloo. He knows which song I'm gonna show you today. It's called The Grass is Greener 2.0 featuring AlanMichael. Let's get into it. The grass is always greener sometimes. Don't you think it's time we find out the reasons why? Sing it. It's greener on the other side. Enter Alan's part. Okay. Oh shit. The story behind this beautiful song right here. Can you see it? Look. This is the whole song. So, The Grass is Greener 2.0 was once The Grass is Greener. I had a friend featured on it who no longer wanted to be featured on it. So, removed it from streaming platforms and got a different friend to feature on it. I needed someone to come in and bring new life to it and like a new melody, rhythm pattern, things like that, which Alan absolutely brought, and it is stunning, to say the least. So that's kind of the story of why it's 2.0. Love the song so much. This is one of my favorite producer moments that I've ever had in my life. I created the song sometime in 2021. Yeah. Wow, she's old. I put it out originally in 2022, right in the beginning. Took it down at the end of 2022. Put it back out September of 2023. And now it's on the album. The second song has a really cool little transition from What's Your Name. So if you listen to What's Your Name, the opener of the album, you'll hear the transition. But I'm doing all of this out of order because I think it's fun. Whenever I go over What's Your Name, I will be including how the songs transition into one another because I think it's really cool and slay. And Alan actually was the person to give me the idea to make the transition. I remember when I first made this song, I was really into loops, but I didn't know how to use them yet. What I started with was this. Oh wait, I didn't start with it on that. Actually, now that I think about it, this song I made insanely weird. I think I might have had that beat, but I didn't have anything to go off of melody-wise, and I'm pretty sure I had the beat, and I had my vocals, and I filled in the rest. I'm not joking. I don't do this very often, but I'm pretty sure the order of events is... Look at the cards that have been dealt. So I'm pretty sure I went in with just the drums. Look at the... And then I created this little vocal line. Cards that have been dealt. One is reversed, two fell off the shelf. If it was me, I'd take it all into consideration. And then didn't know where else to go. So then I created the bass line to go with it. I just wanted something that felt like it could accompany the vocal line. So if we go back to the beginning, that's essentially what it is. Look at the cards that have been dealt. One is reversed, two fell off the shelf. If it was me, I'd take it all into consideration. So by this point, I had these three things. Look at the cars. Knew I wanted a really fat bass line to go with this beat. And then as that time went on, I added these gals. Let's see. So essentially, I took this, copy and pasted it, literally put it right, probably I took one of these, put it here, and then I just found little, like I would just move these around to see what fit and made sense with the vocals and like fit into the key essentially. Because I wanted to use my genius brain to include all of my music theory knowledge that I learned in college, but honestly, my intuition knows more than my brain. So I just let her lead the way. What can I say? It's all the same. What can I say? I'm a simple gal. I wanted the simplicity anyways. I typically want simplicity because I like to make things more complicated everywhere. So if I make every piece simple, theoretically, it's easy for me. But when you look at the scheme of it, it's all kind of confusing together. But I think about it like a giant puzzle, and I'm just making the pieces as I go. We have the beat, we have the bass, we have the pianos, we already had the vocals. So then I was like, what can I do to make this more interesting? Because it already feels really haunting right now. So how do I make it more interesting? In comes the silly little extra sounds. This right here. The pause makes everything. So I found this little, like, hoop sound. What would you describe this as? Sounds like someone is, like, swooshing a ball. Forgive me if I said that wrong. Clearly, I'm not an athlete. A little loop sound. Thought that would be fun. I was really getting into loops, as we know. Have this, keep the time. See, it's right on the ones. Actually, I have no idea what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, whatever. So basically, that's what I added there. I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. It sounds really good. This is what we have. Consideration. But it wasn't as creepy as I felt it should have been. So that's when I added myself breathing on the track. But it felt right. And if you look at the math of it, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. So I thought it was interesting and that it would fill it in a creepy, spooky way, which is exactly what the fuck I was going for. So this is the verse, and this is what you hear in the background. We're all into consideration. I wanna be an asshole for a second. Let's go ahead and just a nice quick little what can I say? I felt like the whole song is kind of holding your breath and releasing it. Because for me, what I wrote about was I had a lot of frustration built up. And I think a lot of this song really does encapsulate the tension that you feel watching other people struggle when they don't need to. And thinking to yourself, like, why not just choose better for yourself? It's always gonna suck if you stay where you are. And the grass might be greener over there, but you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know if you don't do something about it. So really just like the choosing to stay where you are versus attempting to make something better for yourself. And so the tension that sits behind all of that almost feels like it's a pressure cooker part. Like right from the jump, we're building and building and it's so full of sound and then it's all released right here. And it doesn't even release right here. Oh my god, we have a criminal. We have a criminal among us. And then we get to this pre-chorus. It's just your choice to see. And the silence fills the air when it finally sinks in deep. They say that. So I thought it would be interesting to take this beat that I actually use in the intro, which I forgot to say. But it slowly fades in the intro. It's a different texture of the sound. So this one's like further away. This one's a lot more full and upfront. Criminal. Criminal, Whitney. What do you have to say? Whitney Chun. Halfway through, yeah, I switched it up because why the fuck not? I'll allude that we're building to something again. This one phases back and forth, and this one stays up front. And if you only had it on one side, it would sound... See what I mean? Stops are a big indicator of this song. I'm trying to build with it. So when we're at the pre-chorus, I'm trying to continue that build. So we've been building and building with the sounds throughout. The one beat break actually wasn't in the original version, but I mean, if I was gonna have a new song, I might as well. Then we get to the chorus, which is just the same shit we've been having on the verses, plus somebody new. We have the flutes come in. Very silly, I thought, when I was making this. And there are the flutes. And then we have more of the same piano that's on the verse, except it combines now to create another rhythm. Two guys come together. I just love the way that this overtone piano is so wet and could like flow really freely with it while still being a little more static in its movement. So I thought that was really fun, and then they accompany the bass beautifully. I wanted my little creepy breaths in the chorus. Of course, they need to be all over. These ones are not strategically placed, it seems. No, they're not. The way that I typically do these extra sounds is I just listen for them and see where the need is. It's not always accurate, but it was more for the overall feel than it was for the timing when it was in the chorus, because I had other things that were keeping the timing in check, so I wasn't super worried about it. And then I also added extra elements to the beat, which I used to make all my beats by hand, where I'd sit there and go, and then just figure out what I liked. But these are just additional sounds for the beat. And ironically enough, they're more for the song, not really for the beat, but they are lined up to align with the beat. I like the beat, but I have the same exact thing going the entire time, so you have to do something that makes it different, right? At least for the chorus. So, yeah, not a lot of thought behind it, it just felt right. This guy alone, like, it sounds like someone's flatlining. And this is how it all fits in with the rest of the music. Here are the chorus vocals. Always greener, sometimes. The beat, you can hear it. I love that. Well, I just found the greenest side. And then I added this to fill it up. This is everything. Well, I just found the greenest side. This is what I love. I always tell people, send me everything and then I'll decipher where it goes. So This is when Alan enters it floating in. It felt so ethereal and beautiful and perfect. Whitney Chunk. I don't want to hear it. You're just a cat. No. Whitney Chunk. We have. Girl, if you don't get your paws. She said, DJ, play that track. Whitney Chunk. I knew she was a producer in another life. I knew it. I absolutely knew it. And it's been confirmed now. She's purring so hard. She loved it. Whitney Chunk. Whitney Chunk. We are continuing. I believe Whitney is here to stay for the time being. She changes her mind very quickly. Had to pan some of these and put a fuck ton of different plugins to make them sound so dreamy and magical to fit the vibes of the song. Loved the reference track that he sent because it pretty much had exactly how it was meant to be, and that was so great and it made it so easy for me. I love when people just are so passionate about what they do. Like someone like Alan who lives and breathes all of this. It was so great. Pretty little birds fly around in my head alone. In my bed I had to make my way out. Did these awesome little like harmonies and backup things. Make my way head alone. In my bed I had to make my way. Base the bridge we break over. I love it. He was able to make this awesome melody right here. Avalon had a me for weed, couldn't breathe, couldn't see, past my own downfall, but now I ain't back uploading. You can't reach me, the wind's blowing, I'm wait. But this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Way too high up, no smoke, no lighter. I'm way too fire, feel it inside ya. Hit me all you wanna. I love that. I love that part. Only thing that's different is there is no pre-chorus, but I still had the lack right here. Except I kind of switched some things around. So I have this guy that is like me being dramatic in the background leading us into the chorus since there is no pre-chorus. It's good over here, so the grass is always sometimes. And this is where everything got so messy and so fun. This is what I mean where you take, as a producer or a songwriter, at least how I like to do it, you take a lot of simple things and you piece them together and you make something chaotic and incredibly intricate. My music is a lot more simple than people might think because it has to be simple. That's how I'm gonna be able to do it. Like, I don't have a degree in this. The chorus is where we got to have a lot of fun. So essentially, let me put it back. Chorus with everything. Oh my God, that just made me want to throw up. I hate when it's skinny like this. It's just like hard for my brain to comprehend. I don't think there's more. Oh, there is. Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot going on here. These are our backups. Let's look from like, let's just pull these leads away. Put the leads away. All right, no leads. These are our backups. So let's see what this is. What's that? Nice. Something to make it more full vocally for the lead. Harmony. We spotted a harmony. What's this? These are Alan's backups. Sometimes. Oh yes. The monster, the scary voice. One up there, one down here. Wait, reverse what I just said. On it, let me take, holy shit, there's so much to this. This is 5 semitones. Wait, let's see, what does he look like? Oh, I used the spooky one. Oh yeah, I just took it down 6. And made sure that it was either an octave or a harmony. And they are harmonies. This is what these are accompanying. They say the grass is always greener. Sometimes. Well, I just found the greenest side. Grass is always greener. Sometimes. Don't you? Okay. Then we get to like the second half of the chorus, which is the send-off. And bigger, and then it just ends on nothing. Take the verses and I bring them back. This is in double time. The tempo of it is double time versus what it was. Here is a good way to visualize that. The next region. Something that can be more felt than heard. So when you're listening to it, you can almost feel that do, like kind of piercing a little bit. I have ADHD, so I like sounds that actually trigger a feeling in my body, but not everyone enjoys that. So this will tickle some people's brain and it will harm other people's, I guess. I don't know. We lost the overtone. We just have the flute leading the way and all these little extra sounds. So then, the signs are everywhere. It's just your choice to see. Make my way out of this. To see. Into space, the bridge we break on. In my brain, this feels like a call and response, but in actuality, I don't think I'm using that correctly. So, whatever. But that's what I felt like I was doing. They're like interrupting each other, dueling, if you will. This guy, who's this? Okay. And then we have Alan's oh. This is actually my favorite oh. I'm pretty sure it goes incredibly high. At first, I didn't think I was going to be able to use that, but we found the spot. We found the placement. And I just had to make sure it was far enough in the mix that it was complementary instead of overthrowing. And I found that spot. Who are these guys? I love how these fit in. I love how these fit in so much. Oh my god. Into space, the breeze will break on. The silence fills the air when I just found the greener side. I love using vocals as a piece of the rhythm section, or percussion, whatever the fuck. In my opinion, that's what they're meant to be sometimes. So one's left, one's right, one's forward. That's it. And then we have these. These are my favorite. So I added some harmonies in there. I thought it would be fun. These are mine. I don't remember. I honestly was just spitballing and gave it one shot and I liked what I heard and I figured it was far enough in the mix that it wouldn't matter if I fucked it up. This is them all together. And that's how they fit in. The fun part, though, is that they have this little fade to them, if I'm not mistaken. The last one should be different. Yep. So I wanted to feel like they had like kind of randomly gone away when the song drops out, and then it comes back. And this ending, building, 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 drops off. The silence fills the air when it finally sinks in. Last one. Side. But we're not done. And now we're done. So I ended it with some kind of sleigh automation. What can I say? I just recently learned about that, so I'm glad that I went back and added this even after I thought the song was already done. Should we give her a listen to the ending? This is the ending of The Grass is Greener. That's not gonna do anything. Well, I just found the green inside. I fucking love this song. I fucking love this song. Yeah. This song is one of my favorite songs I've ever produced. And I never thought I could make something of this sound quality or of this genre. It was very exciting to surprise myself. And learning all these different little tricks about timing is what made this song really special. It's not a complicated song. Well, the backup vocals will say different, but the production of this is really, truly easy. And if you keep watching more, you're gonna find that that's a common theme with how I make things. I tend to make things incredibly easy for myself, and then I build, and then they become something more complicated. You know, one brick at a time builds a wall. Grass is Greener 2.0 featuring AlanMichael. And if you haven't listened to it, check out the whole thing on anywhere that you stream music. And if you enjoyed this and you feel like you learned something or were entertained, because that's a source of value as well, then you should subscribe and like, comment, and stick around for what's next. I'm gonna be going through my entire album that I put out back in March. How does it feel? Okay. What it's like in Linndsyeah studios. I think that's it. I think we got it.